Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth lecture of this course. And in this lecture, we are going to study about variables in Python. Variables are for storing and reusing information in Python. What variables are in this lecture, we're going to learn what variables are, how to create variables, how to print variables, how are we going to change values in variables, how are values changed in variables, the hierarchy of it, etc. How we are able to do calculations in variables, the naming rules, like how are we going to name variables and how we are not supposed to name variables, the common mistakes that are made, and five exercises plus a very mini challenge. Challenge you people and to understand your understanding. So let's get started. What is variable? So variable is nothing but the same as you see in mathematics. It's something that has a value. It's something. It's a part of an equation. It has a value. It is a placeholder value. It's a placeholder for a value. It is a container with a label for something that points to someone else. Somewhere that is like that's for something else. So it's a label container for a value. That is basically variable. A variable has a name, it stores a value. We can use the name later, and the value can also change and be updated. For example, one of the variables name is going to be name is equal to Alex. This is a variable equation, and this is like an equation like that you see in mathematics. Here, name is the variable, and the value that is inside the variable is the string or the text spelled Alex. That's an example. Uh, why variable? Why do we use variable? We just learn print, right? So we just learn print. Why use variable? So variable is just basically the way it suggests it's to store a value. It is to store once and reuse later on and whatnot. And because a variable is declared, once a variable is made with a for a corresponding value, you don't always have to juggle around with always typing the same value everywhere. Wherever you want that value to be, you can just write the variable's name and it will be right. The value will automatically be inferred there. So that's why we use variables. It is basically to stop using like repeating values, like to make the program easier to change and understand also, because every time a random number pops up, we are going to be like how, where, why. But when you see that a variable name on the first part of the program, you say, oh, this is this. And then you, in the later part of program, you see the variable name, you understand, okay, it's that value being used here, and also gives the value because a value is important. It also gives the value a meaningful name and distinction. For example, name is Alex. Now we know that the name is Alex. Alex is not just a random, well, obvious Alex is a name, but because it's a name, you can use it countless amount of times. And now the data has a value that it is a name. So variable is used mainly because of that also. First of all, we are going to learn how a variable is made. So the rules are we are going to have the name of the variable on the left side. Then we are going to have an equal to sign, and the value of the variable will be on the right side. Just like mathematics, x is equal to 5, x is the name, is equal to denotes it's equal to, and 5 is the value. Just like that, here the name, anything. It's not X here. It can be literally anything you wish to be. It can be on the left side, should have an equal to sign, which means that this is equal to whatever the value you want to store in that. So, and then we will make it happen. So we are going to do a small exercise of making a variable, and we are going to print that variable. So we already have variable made. So we're just gonna rename it. Name. I'm gonna name my name. Now we're gonna use our print function to print our variable. Let it load. See, the output came out to be the variable's value, which is my name. Thing to denote, name becomes a function in Python, not like a function, it becomes a thing in Python. See, it becomes a part of the Python code. Hence, it's not taken as a text, it's taken as a variable. It is a variable. Variable is a part of a program. So, when you're printing name, in that name here, as you can see, the name is not given quote unquote, because in the case it's given quote unquote. I'll show you. It will be printing only name, because now that's me telling the Python code to print name, not the variable name. I'm telling it to print name. So when we need to do operations with variable or print variable, we don't use variable's name, even if it's a text with quotes. It will always be something. It will always be a text or something like that only. A combination maybe. We will learn about how it should be named later on. But right now, you just have to know about these. The main thing is the equal to sign. Equal to sign, mainly everywhere, even in mathematics, is shown to assign a value. Python stores the right side under the left side's name. Python, for example, if age is equal to 20, Python stores 20 under the age name. So age is equal to 20. Age is equal to 20. Here, age is equal to 18. So Python is storing 18, the value, that's the value, under the name, under the variable age. The whole equation is being denoted by an equal to sign. Now, not just numbers, we have text variables. It can be anything. It can be a sentence. It can be a word. It can be anything at this point. So we also text variables. These are type of variables, right? So a text variable, it stores words and sentences. So how do we make it? We create a name. It once again it can be anything, but we follow a rule. We'll come back to that. Uh, Create city, create favorite food, print use. So we are going to uh, make this. So for example, the example is name is equal to Alex, city is London, food is pizza, and we can print each. I'll show you. Alex, city is equal to uh, PVM, food is equal to pizza. We have to print each of them. So how we are going to print is that we are going to print if you want in different numbers, like different lines, we obviously have way to print name. Then we do print uh, city. Then we do print food. If you don't need it, we can always print. If you want, like how we learned in the last lecture, if you want it to be a single line code but print in different lines, this is how you do it. Name slash n city slash n food. Oh, my bad. Okay, so we cannot do that with variables. Learn it, people. We cannot do that with variables. We have to do it if you want it in a different, we have to do that. Or if we want it in a single sentence, we can go name, then a comma, city, then a comma, food. So what this is, I'll create this for you. What this is gonna do is that it's gonna print everything in different lines, then it's gonna print everything in the same line also. All right, that's how one thing. So printing variables. So we can print variables with text also, like how we did in the print function. We can do the same here too with a comma, like how we did a pairs in print function. We did pairs, right? We did text pairs. We did text number pairs. We did text number uh, combination like that. The same here applies here. Basically the same principle. It's a print function at the end of the day. So all you need is a comma and the variable's name. A given example is here, print variables alone, add labels using commas, change the value, and we are going to rerun it again. That's what we are going to do. We have all this, so we are going to print at the point that we only need name. We're going to put name, a comma, and the variable's name. Now that is going to print name is Alex. That's going to print name is Alex. Just like that, you can do other pairs also, like print city, variable name city, print code, comma, food. When we do it, we get this. Name is Alex, city is Trivandrum, and food is pizza or pizza, how they call it. I don't know. So they call it somewhat like that, right? So yeah, so that's how you do it. And we can close the demo. You can go to slides. So this is how we did it, like how we learned in lecture number 3, the name, the combination. That's basically it. So the third is going to be number variables, or basically nothing but variables storing number. Here, the numbers can also be stored in variables. That's the main purpose of number variables. It can be different number, or any types of numbers actually. It can be whole numbers. It can be decimal. It can also be negative values. For example, uh, age is equals to 19. That's a variable. Age with a value 19. Height is equal to 187. We cannot put centimeter. We can do it in print function though, but we cannot put it in centimeter. Uh, yeah, we cannot do that. A height, city, Yeah, these are 187.3 or something like that. We don't have to declare what type of variable it is, like not what type of number it is here. We can just go and straight up say what we want here. So this one, for example, if we want to print height, just press height, and it gets print. Once AN is 7.3, it's print. That's uh, that's number variables. Now we are going to do text versus number variables because here, just like how we did it in the print function lecture, 5 plus 5 without quote unquote and 5 plus 5 with quote unquote is different. One is treated as an arithmetic problem, which will result 10, and the other one is taken as string or basically text will, or if printed, will give 5 plus 5, not 10. The same applies here. Age with just a number is going to be 20. On the other hand, if you have age, if you have another variable, but or the same variable age with the same, if you have another variable with the same number in quote unquote, it will be taken in as the Python will interpret as a text, a string, rather than a decimal, or sorry, a whole number. Rather than interpreting it as a number, we will see here. We will, for example, age is equal to 18, and we will name another one text is equal to 18. These two are different. For example, this 18 and this 18, even though it looks the same, is pretty different because yeah, yeah, 18, 18, right? So because I'll show you with a type function. This is a function you will learn in the future. Uh, See, one is of the class integer, the not the one that's not enclosed by quote unquote. The one that is enclosed by quote unquote is stored as string str, or short form for string, or basically text. That shows. This is don't freak out. These two lines, yeah, we are gonna learn it in the future. Like in the upcoming lecture, we are gonna learn it. Not now. We are just not gonna learn about this now. We will learn about it. So yeah, see, these two are different. This is integer, whereas this is string. Now we are having a dilemma, that is to change a variable. We can reassign a variable with another number, another value in the upcoming lines. So every single line, if we are keep on updating the value, the last line with the value is gonna be the last, like the most, it will be the value that's gonna be stored in the variable. Because Python is an interpreter language, it keeps on updating in every single line. For example, age is equal to 18, age is equal to 19, age is equal to 23. What do you think will happen when I press when I print age? What do you think will happen? By the theory I just said now, 23 will be printed, right? Yes, 23 is what's being printed. Because as I told you. Python keeps on updating its value as we keep on updating it. So the final value of the variable age is 23, not 18, not 19. So when you ask Python to print the age, like give the output for the variable age, it has this stored as its last value. Hence, it will give 23 as its answer. We can do the same with text. The same thing is with text also. For example, if we have name n, we'll just put it as n. Now we'll do name Alex. Is Alex. Name is equal to Sam. This is not capital. And if we print name, the variable called name, what do you think will be the answer? You are absolutely right. It is going to be Sam because Sam is the latest entry, like latest revision to the variable, and hence the value that variable will hold is going to be Sam. Basically, the same thing that we saw with change the variable for number is what actually or is the same thing that applies for text also. Start with one value, we can change it, we run it again, and we get the newest value. Last assignment wins. That's what I said. Top to bottom execution because Python is an interpreter language. It goes line by line. So for here, its number is equal to 10, number is equal to 20. This is a variable. This is the value. So first it's 10, then it's 20, then it's 30. And when you and number is equal to 30, now the variable number is having its last most updated the like updated value is equal to 30. So 10 and 20 is discarded. It's not taken into account. 30 is the final value. So when you print the variable, what will the output will be 30. Now we have multiple variables. A program can have n number of variables depending upon your need. For example, just like how we did before, we had name, we had city and food. It can be anything. Now, for example, if you can store several pieces of information with this like variables. So you can store in their names, you can store their age, you can store their country, you can store their course details. If you're a college student or a student in general, you can store their score. All this can be stored with variables for different people and like that. So that when in demand, it can be extracted. Here, as you can see, its name is equal to Alex, age is equal to 20, country is India, course is Python, score is 92. These are all variables that are being assigned. Let's do that. Like we have already three of it. Just add two of it. Score. We just call today with score. It's gonna be 92, right? So when you print age, name, print score, you're gonna cut that out. New terminal. See, we are two, two. Yeah, not a problem. We have a person who is 18. His name is Alex, and his score is 92. If you want it in a better way, you can do it like this. A comma. The same for score. So, so now it's gonna be age is 18, name is Alex, score is 92. So that's how multiple variables are made. Once again, multiple variables, you can store several pieces of information with variables. And once again, as we told, it doesn't really matter how many variables you make as long as you are able to keep a track of how much you have, track of whatever it is, what are the values they are storing based on your need. If you can do all that, having a number of variables doesn't matter at all. Going to student profile, we are going to put variables together and going to store information first, display it with labels, change values afterward. This is what we did right now, right? So, name is Alex, age is 20. I want you all to do this. If you are not able to do it, we will do it together. Alright, time's up. We will do it. I'm gonna delete it. We're gonna start fresh. So first of all, age is a variable. We want to put it as 18. Name is a variable. You want to put it as sorry string with course, right? Yeah, course. Yeah, course. Yeah, Python. Now we're gonna print them. Print print name. Oh, I have a shortcut, so that's not working. So do it an old-fashioned way. So if we do this, the answer is age is 18, name is Rohit, course is Python. What if we put it again? Age is 19. He grew. It's his birthday this month, so yeah. So now age is 19. Even though age is first declared as 18, the age is taken in account as 19 because age got reinstated as 19. And the last line of like the last value addition is taken as the absolute value, hence is taken as 19. Now we can also do calculations based on variables. Just like in mathematics, we are gonna do calculations. We are gonna mostly do it in AB basis. Create A and B, add, subtract, multiply, and divide. You guys try to do it yourself. We have it's basically what we did in print function and what we learned up to now in variable. Uh, both is a linking part. This question is like a linking part of it. In the case that you are not able to do, we will do it together. I'll tell you the basics here. First of all, create a variable named A. A is going to have a variable name, just like X is equal to something, A is equal to some number. B, just like Y is equal to something, B is equal to going to be some number. And now, how are you going to do the addition subtraction? Just like how we did in print, 100 plus 2. But in here, we are just going to do variables because variables are basically the same thing, value. It has a value, and so does a number. So we're going to do the same. So yeah, before it's 100 plus 2, now it's a variable A, which is actually equal to 100, variable B, which is equal to 2. We are going to do A plus B, which will actually be 100 plus 2, but in the variable form. So that's what this question is asking. I hope you understood the idea. So come on, guys, do it. In the case that you are not able to do, we will do it together for sure. Okay, guys, time's up. We will do it together. So before it was 100 plus 2 or 100 into 2 and 100 divided by 2 and 100 minus 2. Here we are going to make a variable A, which is going to be 100, variable B, which is going to be 2. Now we are going to print what we need, which is A plus B, print A minus B, print A into B. We'll clear the terminal. Run it. Isn't it the same? 100 plus 2 is 102. 100 minus 2 is 98, and 100 into 2 is 200. Isn't that thing? Isn't that what we saw, right? That's what we did, that's what we saw, and that's what we are doing here. It's basically what we did it in print function, but here it's done in variable form because the numbers here, we are assigned it to a variable and we are doing addition with a variable. So because it's a variable, if it's you can update the value. If b is equal to now 3, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be 103, 97, and 300, and so on. Or for example, a is equal to 200 now, it's gonna be different now. So that's very much of a, what do you call it? A specialty of variables. This is one of the very advantages you get by using variables. You can constantly update them for what they are, and the last value is taken, and you always don't have to type 100 plus 2, 100 minus 2, and like that. You can always say a plus b, a minus b, a into b, and once that step is done, you can always go and do it and so and do it like that too. Now we can also store a result, calculate first, store first, and print result later. So we can also store a result as a variable. For example, now what we did was a plus b. A plus b is equal to c, right? So c is a variable. C can be a plus b. So the value that becomes a plus b. For example, if it's a is 100, b is 2, a plus b is 102, c can be 102. C can be a plus b. C can be anything when a and b changes. So that's also a part of variables. A new variable can be the result of another variable or variables and their operations that are done. A sample code is given here. Price is equal to 50, quantity is equal to 3. Total is price into quantity, and the final output is going to be what is total. Uh, you guys can try it out. We are going to do it this together. For example, you got uh, we're just going to do this. So we can assign C as A plus B, right? C is assigned as A plus B, and we are going to print C 102. We got the result as 102. So that's what I said. A variable can be used to store the result of another variable or the operations done by that variable also. This is why I said variables are very important part of programming because it's such a versatile thing to have because you can update it, you can call it anytime. It's always out there. You can it's not it takes the confusing part out of a code. Why this random number exists here? Not anymore. We have a variable that explains the number and stuff like that. So it becomes very easy for you to understand and also write code because here, if it needs to be A plus B, we can just write C and it becomes that. So that's also one important factor when compared to other functions. The variable is such an important factor in programming, not just in Python, in every other programming language, variables exist, and it's a very important part in variable in programming. For example, we want to do shopping example, meaningful variable names, price, quantity, total, change value, and read. So this is an example. I want you to do it. In the case that you are not able to do it, we will do it. Let's do it now. Time's up. So what's being asked, right? So we have a shopping example. The price, quantity, total, change value, and rate. So price, we need to make a variable price and assign a value. We need to assign a variable and value for like variable name, quantity, and assign a value to it. And we need total, which is going to be price into quantity, obviously, because that's so that's logic. And then change values and rerun. All right, we can change the values and rerun also, or print it too. So, right, that's what we are going to do. So first we have price, which is 125. We have quantity. For simplicity, I'm just gonna write it as NOS. Numbers are 4. We're gonna write a print or a total is gonna be raised into NOS. We're gonna print total. The answer is 100. And in the case that we needed to rerun it with an assigned value, for example, we increase the price to 30, it will be 120. What happened? What happened? Why is it not 120? See, because the last time total was assigned was before price got assigned again. So total is still stuck at this price at 4. As I told you, Python goes line by line. So Python here. So the price is 25. The 4 number of the products, and I'm asked the total, and total is price into 4. What's price? 25. And what's the number? 4. So 25 into 4, it's 100. Then it's saying, hey, the price went into 30, but it was never asked for total ever again. So for Python, the total is still 100. And then I asked for him to print total. And bro, he did print total. And in this case, total was 100. So what do? We reassign total again, which is going to be price into 4. And this time it's going to be 120 because the price got updated. So did the total, the variable name total. It also got reassigned. Now coming to one of the most important part of variable, which is how it's named, naming rules. A few important rules when naming variables that are letters are allowed, numbers are also allowed, underscores are allowed. You are not allowed spaces, don't use spaces. And the main thing is you cannot start it with a number. And Python is also case sensitive. What I mean is that name one is a variable name. Capital name one is another variable name. Uh, name capital name two is another variable name. Capital name is also another variable name. So, and on the other hand, one name, like one name, that's not a variable because as I told you now, one variable name cannot start with a number. It always has to start with a text or an alphabet or something like that. An alphabet. It always has to start with an alphabet and it's case sensitive and you should not use spaces. So what does programmers do? In the places where spaces are needed, programmers use underscore, like this underscore. That's how they use that's how they like that that's what is used as a replacement for space. For example, make code readable. And this ensures that the code is readable. The name, student name, age, total price, score one. These are very good variable names because these are readable and you understand what the variable is. Not you don't have to look around for what the name or like assume or something like that. This itself says, oh hey, this is the name. Hey, this is the student's name. This is the age. This variable is total price. This variable is score of, I mean, maybe first term or something like that. So, and once again, to give you an example, the bad names. Let's create some errors. Two names. That's with a number. Student name contains a space. Fix each one in the so let's do that. For example, I told you name is equal to black. Name is equal to bug. These two are different variables, right? These two are different variables. Name one is equal to bug. These are also different variables. This is also different variables. You cannot have a variable like this. Excellent. We'll just details. This is not a good variable. You cannot have a variable like this. We'll run it and we'll see what Python says. Syntax error, invalid decimal. A variable cannot start with a number. It always has to start with an alphabet and cannot have name, no, cannot have space. See? It's saying that it's gonna have problems there. No, invalid syntax. There is spacing between these this variable. So where there we use underscore to fix this issue. Now this is a very good uh, variable name. Now that is a very good variable name as well. See? Okay, I'll show you. See, the answer is being printed as buck. So that's a very good variable name. Name new is equal to bug is a very good variable name. On the other hand, everything else is not. So these are the few very important naming rules in Python. First of all is to have the variable names to be sensible so that the code is clean and easily understandable. Don't put name and age. So don't name a variable like name and store age in that. Don't. If you need to store age, just make a variable named age. So don't do that mixing. So it's gonna make confusing. Now you cannot, even if you want, you cannot start it with a number. You should not start it with a number. Variable names cannot start with a number. Variable names are case sensitive. Name, no, like fully small name and a name with N capital are different. You also have to understand that you cannot have spaces in between variables name. You all can substitute the space for uh, underscore that will function as not going to function, but it will be aesthetically pleasing for you to see it as a space. As we told you, name is not equal to, like, there you can see, small full name is not equal to big N, like capital N name. These are different variables, even though it's pretty much same in normal language. We should use consistent naming. For names, you should use name, not something else. If it's a name, you should use name. I mean, you can, it's freedom for you, but to make the code easier to understand, for you to also look into it after a long time of no context, for you to understand it better, it's better to do it in this way. And now we are going to do thought versus variable. We did this at the start of this lecture. Here we can, this is a very important beginner output because, for example, our name is Alex, print name, print name. This will print this variable because we are calling the variable here. So this is going to print Alex, whereas this is going to print name. We will see that over here. This is to print is going to print something else. First one, because it's we are calling it the variable, is going to print what the variable is storing, which in this case is Alex. And other one, because it's in quote, is going to be read as a string, and the print function, as you learned in the last lecture, will print it as what it is, a string. So it's going to just print it as name. Using before creating. You cannot use before creating. This is like where we, as I told you, it is Python is an interpreter language. It goes line by line. If you it doesn't collapse everything into a common understanding like how Java etc. does. So like other languages does that. So Python doesn't. Python goes line by line from left to right. So that's why order really always matters in Python. So you cannot say print age and then declare the variable after you have the output line. So it's going to say, hey, I'm being asked an output. What should I output? So you cannot put Python in that place. It's gonna throw an error. So you run that. You run that. For example, here name is equal to Alex. If we just did print of name, it's gonna throw an error because hey, name is not defined, even though it's defined in the next step. Because Python is going line by line, Python sees the first line from left to right. It sees, hey, I'm being asked a variable or something that is not defined, that I don't know, then how am I supposed to do? And it breaks. Once Python breaks, it doesn't go to the next line. So even if it's correct or not, it really doesn't matter for Python. So it stops the running there and it will give an error message. That's what happened here. So all that matters, always declare your variables first before using it. There you have. It's like okay, yeah. Misspelling, that's one big part of it. For example, if you have one character matters, like even every for a variable, it's very different. It's like very important. Just like in mathematics, if you have when you solve very huge equations with multiple combinations of x y x square x cube x y cube x square y cube something like that. And when you are in a place where you are going to next step, if you even miss a single variable pair from the first step, you're gonna mess the whole thing up, right? So that's the same thing that applies in coding also. So variable name that you put matters, even one single character in that matters, even if it's a underscore, because you cannot use space, so it is an underscore. So even that underscore matters. I'll show you that. So name underscore new. If I do name new, it's gonna throw the same error that's here because it doesn't know what's name new. It doesn't know what's name new. So on the other hand, if it knows name underscore new, so when you ask for that, I'll just play it for you. It works. It works because it's a new variable. It's a variable. It has a variable. It's already defined. It just prints that for you. Sorry about that. Wrong capitalization, just like how we say. Name is not name. These are few common mistakes you can. It's like we'll try that. We're gonna create a page 19 and we're gonna try to print H, small letter H. Now it's gonna throw the same thing. Age is not defined. It doesn't know small letter AGE. It does know capital AGE, but it doesn't know small letter AG. So when you say to hey, give me age, it says yes. I know. I'm gonna print 19. So that's one big part of it. So now we are going to do a quick prediction. What prints? Predict name, predict score, then run. So first of all, in first line, name is Alex, score is 50, name is the variable name is redeclared as Sam, and the variable score is redeclared as 90, and it's being now we are asked print name and print score. What do you guys think will be printed in the first line, which is name, and for the second line? Look at it. Answer is the name is going to be Sam, and the score is going to be 90. I'll tell you why. Because name, even though initially it was Alex, it got uh, updated to Sam. The score, even though initially was 50, got updated to 90. The last value updation counts. That's the only thing that counts. So when you print name, the last value is what's taken. So Sam is what's gonna be printed, is like gonna be the output. Score 90 is gonna be what's the output for the second line. Let's try that. Can be. Shall we? Let's try that. So yeah, age is already there. Name is equal to, let's call it Sam. Uh, we're gonna current age again. Age is equal to 18, or maybe he had his birthday. It's nice. He is 20 now. The name is equal to, okay, so we have Jake. Jake who's 20. So we he changed his name to Jake. Uh so and now we're gonna say name. So A, according to our theory, which is actually the right way to do it, the age that's gonna be because Jake grew. Sam became Jake and grew a year and is 1 year like had his birthday recently. So now Sam is Jake, and because he had his birthday, he's also 20. So that's what's happening here. So like print age 20 and name Jake. See, like that's pretty much it. I guess that's a very bad example. Uh, but yeah, you get the point, right, guys? You get the point. So yeah, that's one. Now we are back to exercises. This is one of the most interesting parts of my lecture. I hopefully think so. First exercise is going to be nothing but just create a name variable, store your name in it, and print it. Come on, guys, you can do it. In the case you can't, we will do it together. All right, time's up, guys. This is what's gonna be the solution to the question. Name is Alex, age is 20, country India. Sorry. This is what's gonna be the name. You create a name, Alex. You're gonna print it name, right? So that's what you're gonna do. So you create a name. You create a variable with name, and you have it, your name in it, which is Alex, and now you printed the name, right? So that's one thing. Exercise two is gonna be create three variables. Now, just the variable you need to create is name, age, and your country, and you have to print all three. Come on, guys. If you can do the first exercise, you can obviously do the second one. I believe in your people. Come and do it. In the case that you cannot do it, we will obviously do it together. Or I will reveal the answer, and you can always copy it down. Alright, guys, time's up. If you want, we can do it. Oh, sorry. If you want it, we can actually do it. Right? We can actually do it. Let's do it. So, age, name, yeah, cut these two. And we're gonna do country. Country was fast, right? A new variable country. We're gonna name it Kenya. Why not? Right? Why not? And we're gonna print Kenya. Print, sorry, print, yeah, country. I'll clear this for you. I'll clear this for you people. Now, oh, my bad. See, these are errors, so it's nothing. Even I get errors. You will, even the most people that are, like even the people that are way better than me also get errors. So it's completely all right, people. Errors are good. Uh, until it's not. So try to be perfect, but it's okay to be not perfect, right? So yeah, is the output 19. You're 19. Your name's Sam, and you're from Kenya. Exercise three. We are going to change value. We are going to update the value basically. So this is the answer. So create a variable name score, add the and assign the value 50 to that variable. You have to print it and change the value to 100 and then print it again. Come on, guys. I believe you can do it. So come on. In the case that you cannot, we will do it together. Alright guys, time's up. This is the answer. Uh, Score 50. We print the score. We update the score again to 100. We print the score. This is pretty simple. I don't think you need a explanation by my side for this. We have been doing this for a long time. I'll tell you the theory part behind this. So first we assign score. We made a variable score and we assigned the value for it as 50. And we printed the score. And then we said, hey, assign the value to be 100. Let's reinstate the value to be 100. We updated the value, and just like I said, Python goes line by line. So in when it comes to the third line, it says now score is 100. Now we print again. 50 doesn't matter. When it's a new value is added, the before value is lost. So when you print score again, the newest and latest value is printed. The last value is printed, which is gonna be 100. Exercise B. Calculate with variables. Make a variable named A, assign it 10. Make a variable named B, assign it 5. You're going to print the sum. You're going to print the product. You have time. Do it in the case not. We are going to explain it. And if not, we are going to do it. We have already done this. We have done more than this. But let's see. It's on your hands, guys. I really hope you can do it. You can do it. Alright, guys. Time's up. This is the answer for exercise number 4. This is very easy. We have already done it, so there's not very much needed. This is to make a tiny profile. We have to make a variable named name, store your name in it. Make a variable named age, store your name age in it. We make a variable named favorite food. Don't put a space here. We're gonna use underscore. Favorite food. Assign your favorite food there. Store course. Store your course, for example, here maybe it's Python, and display all of them with a label. What is label? When you print a function, say, for example, if you're printing age is equal to, or like age, colon, uh, a variable of age that will print 19 or whatever age it is. So that's what is meant with label. So let's start. So you do it, guys. In the meantime, we will if in the case that you guys cannot, we will look into it. It's also a bit easy. We are doing this. I done it for a long time till now, so it's not much of a problem. Time's up, guys. This is what is going to be the solution. It's pretty easy. It's nothing much of a rocket science. It's pretty easy. There's nothing much you can. Yes, we made a variable name. We assigned name. Made a variable name age. Assigned age. Made a variable name food. Assigned pizza as assigned the favorite pizza name, a cause, and then we put label. This is what I said. What you need, what you're gonna print, then put it in the same. Like basically what you're gonna print. That's a label. This is label. We are saying that name is whatever name. So this is going to be acting as label. That's what it's commonly called in the programming world also. That's basically it for all that stuff. Now we have a mini challenge. This is what I was pretty excited for. So we are going to make a simple shop calculation. We're going to create a product. We're going to create a price. We're going to create a quantity. We are going to create We're going to calculate its total, display everything, change quantity, and rerun. The answer to this will pretty much look like this. Product we are going to get at notebook, price is 5, quantity is 4. Total is going to be price into quantity, and we are going to do that and print everything and print all. This is the code. We have done this. We have done this with, we did an example with price, NOS, variable weight, NOS. We did that here. It's pretty much the same here. I'm just pretty excited for this. So I hope you guys love this lecture. So what we learned today in this lecture. So first of all, variables are completed. Uh, Things we learned is how to create a variable, how to print and change values in a variable. We made multiple variables. We did calculations with variables. We stored results. We understood the naming rules of variables. We understood that variables are case sensitive, and we understood the common errors in variables, the mismatches, etc. And we did 5 exercises and a mini challenge. And with this lecture is over. Thank you for watching this. Meet you in the next lecture of this course. Thank you. Oh my God.